This is it, ladies and gentlemen who are watching the Female Esports League Elite Philippine Qualifiers. This is, of course, the finals. Everything leads up to this best of three between POSI PH and Barcy Esports.
Yep.
We're your shoutcasters for this game before we head right into the pick and bans. I'm Hyron.
And
with
I'm
me.
Iconic.
Yep, that's gonna be my man, Iconic. Let's get right into it. And I do believe that there are some violations for not using the same coach. I believe in between matches, so I believe the penalty for that is, I believe they're losing 3 bans? 3 bans, definitely. So in this one game, they'll be losing 3 bans, which can open up a lot of options for that team. So right now, just straight up, they'll be losing the rest of the 3 bans here, POSI PH, but they will be banning away 2 important champions. That is the Ari as well as the Urgot. As for Barcy Esports, they have a straight flush of these bans, Karma, Tristana, as well as the Braum.
Yeah, exactly. And as you can see, they might be running this exact same composition as they did earlier. The Tarek already there. Maybe we'll see a Kindred as well. Then the Shen, then the Hyper Carry, then the Ari's banned. So we'll see. But looks like we could, last game we saw a really good Sejuani performance. Why not again?
Yeah, I don't really need to fix anything that's broken. What is noteworthy, however, is that right now, POSI PH looking to get their second and third pick here. These teams have faced each other earlier in the brackets, I believe, and I believe that
POSI actually
knocked
BE
Barcy
the lower bracket.
into the lower brackets. So this is pretty much also another grudge match. The stories that have piled up, that have formed in today's Female Esports League Elite, have been quite interesting. We've got the Barcy Esports versus Team X, and now we've got another revenge match for today. And it seems like POSI PH will be locking in Jana and Graves.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts so far on the pick and ban, considering that we only have 2 more bans
Yeah.
this ban phase coming out from Barcy Esports?
So definitely right now, Barcy Esports, they want to lock away even more options against POSI PH. POSI PH, they don't have a choice. They're just going to have to leave Barcy Esports with whatever composition that they have. I'm actually surprised that Barcy has not picked any of the more popular and more powerful picks. Like, they can pick up the Aurelia here, they can pick up the Aatrox,
The Galio.
the
Yeah, a
Galio.
lot of non-meta
Yeah.
picks coming out right now. So, really interesting tournament so far.
Pretty big thing coming in for this game right now. Let's see how POSI PH is going to play this next rotation. They've got to be really careful, because anything they pick, Barcy Esports can just get a counter pick for it, or just complete their own composition here. Banning out the Lissandra as well.
And yeah, like we said, they do lose out on their bans. So we'll just wait for the next few seconds before we go back to the picking phase, with Barcy picking their next champion.
Seems like Barcy creating a team fight heavy team here. They can just brawl it out, have as much survivability and CC as they can. So, what do you think the rest of their champions might be looking up here, since they have so many options?
AD carry is still up in the air. Ornn, again, the thing is, Ornn isn't that good in the top lane right now, so it gives a lot of opportunities for POSI to just destroy this Ornn later. Because you see, there are a lot of picks available. There's the Renekton, there's the Jace, there's the Victor, the Aatrox. Like, we could just go through the entire list and we still wouldn't be done.
Like those that can
Fiora,
bully Ornn, that can,
every single matchup probably right now is really bad for Ornn because of how the changes in 9.1 have affected him.
Yeah,
so
removing the shield was the shield was a big part of how he was so dominant and able to scrap it out in the lanes, but now it's gone.
And this is probably going to be a mid lane Irelia, and probably we'll see something coming out from the 5th pick of POSI. I feel like they want to get a really strong carry top laner, just to show this Ornn who's the boss. Destroy destroy him in lane, and then make this a quick 2-0. Because I'm sure POSI has been waiting for so long. They just want to get this day over with.
Yeah, they've been waiting a long time as well since they've been in the winners from the winners bracket, and they've been using this time to prepare, to rest up, and right now they're just thirsty for blood here. So Barcy Esports, let's see what their final pick will be. What their AD carry. Ooh.
Let's see if the Blood Rage curse continues for this FSL.
Yeah, like the later this tournament has been going on, the more bloodthirsty our teams seem to be. Just want to like rush things and get the win real quick. And very interested to see how this Vayne will pan out. Very, very strong in this patch.
Especially with the change to Vayne.
Yeah.
It actually makes her a stronger hard counter to Kai'Sa. So we'll see how things go. I am looking forward to a lot of the Galawan coming out from POSI PH. I am surprised this Irelia is not opting for Ignite though, because running Ignite will instantly get you so many options on solo killing the Orianna, on killing the Sejuani, and make you more relevant with gold lead.
Yeah, at some point, with good use of the Ignite, being able to have that kill potential, that might just being able to snowball that might just trump the utility the teleport can bring later in the game here. But it seems like this will be locked in. Everything will be locked in here. Really interested to see how this Gnar-Ornn matchup is gonna fare.
It's probably gonna be very sad for the Ornn, just because of how Gnar can just kite him for days and make his life a living hell.
Whether it's Mini Gnar or Mega Gnar is gonna be quite a nightmare for this Ornn.
Especially when you realize that if Ornn puts a pillar up against this Gnar can actually just yeet him into it, right?
Yeah, you just yeet him into the pillar and be hoisted by his own by his own devices there. Yeah, that's a very good point actually. Like if Wicked was looking for a tanky teamfight heavy jungler, she could have gone for that Ornn as well.
Yeah,
and she doesn't lose that much in terms of the gank power. But yeah, I'm hoping to see that in the future more of these teams like adapt much quicker to the patches, get a lot of those power picks. Because right now Barcy.
There you go. Yeah. We actually got the Ignite out of the area. Luckily, some people, by some work of timing the universe, I don't know what kind of conspiracies you can cook up, Hiram. It's just beautiful how sometimes we as casters can predict the future, can suggest things, and then telepathically the players will listen. Just like the Irelia going Ignite.
Like a message, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how you do it, Hiram. I don't know how you'd explain it.
Gotta open your third eye, Iconic.
I see. So obviously we have a supernaturalist here, and I don't know what else you are, Hiram, but I know what we are for this game. We are the casters, and we're looking very excited for this Ornn to be destroyed by the Gnar.
Oh man, definitely. Because, like I said, that shield. He is unstoppable, but that doesn't mean much if you can't actually absorb damage.
Yeah, it's not really unstoppable when you have no HP left.
Yeah, but this has, like, everything that's happened today has led up to this best of 3. And if this Ornn goes as bad as you are saying, then that means Barcy Esports has to learn that quickly. Has to make sure that their draft for the next game is a lot more congruent with what's good in 9.1, but let's see. They still have a big team fight presence if even if this Ornn does get behind.
Enough of that butterfly talk about talking about the next game. Let's just focus on this game right now, because right now we have Barcy Esports going up against POSI PH. POSI PH already technically 1-0 here because they did knock them down to the lower bracket, but clean slate right now, 0-0 for both sides. Let's see who stamps their ticket to Singapore next month and gets to represent the Philippines.
Yeah, fight it out against other Southeast Asian female teams here. That's what's at stake. It's just not just bragging rights, also national pride, and just testing your skill, improving your skill as a player. Definitely important. So we're gonna load into the Rift very, very soon here for this game 1 of this best of 3. It's still gonna be quite exciting. Like, looking at the compositions, even if Foreign does get behind, can still be a little bit more impactful. A little bit. A little behind. Can still be quite impactful with a Call of the Forge God if used correctly. But really, there's still the problem of the composition here. That's what that look, dude. The composition here come from POSI PH. They can capitalize off of the weaker lanes of the opposing team and just steamroll this.
Yeah, like we'll see how it goes because right now it's the bot. It's like a redo, you know. You have the dinosaur versus the ram now this time, and we'll see how well it goes in the top lane. For the AD carries, I feel like it would actually be good for Ains because Ains is on that vein, that hard counter to Kaisa, just doing so well, especially with that change to final hour. Then, if you look at the mid lane, it's an Irelia versus an Orianna. This matchup is a timeless matchup just because so many people, especially in solo queue, claim that they know how to play this matchup. But the question is, do our mid laners of this series know how to play this matchup? Because this matchup is really good for Orianna. As long as the wave is properly prepped, as long as you can suppress this Irelia, we'll see if things go the way of the Orianna.
Yeah, a lot of factors that need to be set up properly on the side of the Orianna. And if any of those is like out of order, if the planets aren't quite aligned,
yeah.
For this Orianna, the Irelia has a lot of kill pressure, especially with the Ignite. So it's going to be quite exciting to see how all of this plays out. Like we're theorycrafting a lot on the matchups, on the draft, and it's really going to be up to the impact of the junglers, how they rotate, and we're just going to see.
Yeah, and we'll see what will happen because, especially since you're a supernaturalist, I can't even say it with a straight face.
I can't hear it with a straight face.
You probably can't even you probably even see things like there are so many different possible outcomes because of, you know, your butterfly theory, your chaos theory, your multiverse theory. But we're in this universe, Hiron, and there is only one outcome. One of these teams is coming out alive. One of these teams are going to Singapore to represent the Philippines. So let's go straight to the game because, damn.
Let's get right into the rift here with POSI PH on the blue side and Barcy Esports on the red side for Game 1 of this best of 3 for our finals for the Female Esports League Elite Philippine Qualifier.
Yeah, and why don't you start us off by, you know, let's do something a little old school. Run down the teams and their players because there might be some new viewers right now. So, it is late, but, you know.
Yeah, for all y'all who are just tuning in, this is POSI PH on a blue team. Lady Melodious at the top side, at the corn, in the jungle. Okay ka lang ba in the mid lane. And Jenjang and Uni will be duking it out in the boss side. As for Barcy Esports on the red team, Barcy Esports, Janie on the top side with that Ornn, Wicked in the jungle with that Sejuani, Missy Hops on that Orianna in the mid lane, and a bot lane duo, Ains and MDS.
Nice. So now you guys know.
It's been a while since I did that.
Yeah, taking it old school, back to Season 5 shoutcasting. But as you can see, now everyone knows who our players are, and we're gonna see how things go. Basic lines of scrimmage, no one doing anything too cheeky. Pixel Brush Ward again. I hope it's not that early because remember, this can make or break your jungle tracking skills.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot of information possibly for POSI PH. If Barcy, if that ward wasn't too early, could detect where Wicked is going. And like I said, information is everything in the early game, especially in the jungler side. So let's see how they deal with this. Both of the junglers starting on opposite ends of the map. Corn at the corn going for the top side from the blue buff, going straight to the red buff of Wicked here, but she is under a ward. She will be under vision by then.
Yeah, and as you can see right now, Corrin just asserting her dominance, getting that red buff. And this is very similar to what happened back then, where you kind of show your hand because you were on a ward, and so you get spotted that you did steal red buff. So Wicked has the option of actually stealing the enemy red buff from Posse's side, but I think is just opting to do the Scuttler Crab. We'll see how things go because looks like mid lane looks very even. A little bit of CS difference, but there's also one stack of Corrupting Potion gone already for the Irelia. So not something that you want to use so early into the laning phase, considering that you still have probably 3 more minutes before your first back. So we'll see how it goes because right now in the mid lane, in the top lane,
oh man,
we might see some action.
Yeah, Lady Melodious is in Maganar. We'll be transitioning back to Mininar, so I don't think that will result. Not a lot of CC in between Mininar and the Graves here. So Janie not being punished as of yet for that top lane pick on that Ornn.
And as you can see, like we were talking about it earlier about how the Orianna is supposed to win this matchup. The wave is about to crash onto her. She has the health advantage. She has,
however, a little bit of trading between them.
She has the health advantage, the
oh
sustain
man,
advantage.
Going in deep here. Missy Hops gonna have to try and outplay that. First blood goes to Orianna.
I do not
Esports
understand.
With a good start.
I do not understand why this Irelia is playing this way. You could just see how she was taking so much poke damage. She already had no charges on her Corrupting Potion, and then goes all in onto the Orianna. The thing is, a lot of people are complaining about how Irelia is so overpowered, but the thing is, Irelia is a combo champion. You have to land your E, you have to get 4 stacks on your passive, you have to use your W, which they actually remove getting free stacks on as well. So it's really hard for you to just go all in like that. This isn't this is just post rework Irelia. This is already Irelia after so many nerfs.
So definitely need a little bit of setup, a little bit of trading here between Jane and Melody is taking a lot of damage here, and it seems like she's having a tough time in this lane.
I don't understand what's happening because for some reason the ram is beating the dinosaurs. So.
Yeah, like definitely Melody should have a lot of tools to just whittle down this Ornn consistently with her range, and when she gets into Maganar, can trade quite well. As you said, it's quite a surprising state of events here. And this Irelia, okay ka lang ba?
Okay ka lang ba? Are you okay?
Yeah. We gotta ask her that because she's being forced to recall already.
This is her second back in 5 minutes into the game. I feel like even though she was so confident in picking this Irelia, I feel like she doesn't know how to play the matchup because this matchup is winnable by the Irelia, but it is really hard. And I have seen a lot of openings from Missy Hops, but I feel like okay ka lang ba just keeps taking free damage. I'm pretty sure Missy Hops is having the time of her life. Probably almost a fully stacked mana flow band as well, infinite sustain, and upon that first back from Missy Hops, we'll already see the Lost Chapter up and running for her.
It's gonna be quite worrisome here for Okay ka lang ba, and that also poses a problem for the rest of POSI PH, because that Irelia is such a huge part of how they're gonna scale later into this game, along with that Graves, along with that Kaisa, and if they're not able to activate that, it's gonna be quite tough on them, and Barcy might be able to roll over them with their heavy team fighting comp with their hyper carry.
Yeah, exactly. And right now it seems like things are looking good for Barcy Esports, because even though they had the red stolen, it doesn't really matter because so far Missy Hops is doing so much work in the mid lane. And that's been the story of this game so far. Like, everything else has been super even. You can see, like, the Kaisa winning the laning phase, which is normal because you have a Janna compared to a Taric. So the Taric does more work, less work compared to a Janna. So you have to play a little bit safer.
And definitely Janna, that calm before the storm, being able to, once the lane is a little bit more passive, she does a lot more work, as you say. And so it's gonna be up to Aticorn and Wicked here to change up the scale. Seems like Aticorn wanted to go for something against Missy Hops, however telegraphed it a little too early. They had a bunch of deep vision as well. They have that one control ward right behind to the left side of that first tier mid lane turret. Even with POSI PH's respectable control ward control in the topside river. Having that information was pretty important for Missy Hops there.
Yeah, and one thing that I find is not very common is the Ariana actually going for through the inspiration tree. Because usually you see them go towards the domination tree for that feast, for that Ravenous Hunter, and just for a little bit more lane dominance. A lot of people don't understand why this is important, but that Ravenous Hunter can heal you up for 20, maybe 30 HP until your first back, and can make all the difference between you living through the first back and getting solo killed.
Yeah, within these secondary rune trees, the devil is in the details. And right now, she seems to be opting for the sustain coming from those biscuits, but definitely when compared to the domination tree, it's not quite as much. But it seems like she's still having quite a great time here in this mid lane. Okay ka lang ba, one level behind. It doesn't seem like she's poised at all to try and take back this lane from this Orianna. And especially if Wicked goes for a gank here with a Shockwave, as well as the Arctic Assault and the rest of the CC come from Sejuani, it's going to be quite problematic for Okay Kalamba. And here, wow, this is a surprising turn of events.
This is so weird because like you're a range champion. Why are you always in melee range of this Orin? You should just play around. Like this is the 5th or maybe 6th ice pillar eaten, fire pillar eaten by the Gnar, and I don't understand. All you have to do is dodge it and then play away from it and away from walls.
Just dodge it for it.
Yeah, just dodge it.
With the added mobility that Mininar does have, it should be not difficult for Lady Melodies to dodge those pillars and dodge that headbutt knockup as well. But it seems like she's having a little bit of trouble, even losing in the lane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't seem like Barcy is losing anything with his top lane matchup between the Ornn and the Gnar.
And you would be surprised because like even when you ask top tier players, even Korean players, like what's your best advice for playing AD carry? What's your best advice for playing Ezreal? Use Arcane Shift to dodge.
Like the fundamentals of it.
Yeah, because a lot of the time League of Legends is all about fundamentals, and it looks like Okay Kalangba has
Missy Hobbs trying to go for something. Seems like Aticorn almost dying to Missy Hobbs, but it seems like it doesn't quite make it, and even both of them almost die in that engagement.
Yeah, and that Ornhorn not leading to anything, probably missed the last train because I don't know where that ram went and didn't even come back. One-way trip.
Just a wayward ram away from the flock.
Yeah, and so it could have resulted in a
coming
king.
From Wicked. Missy Hobbs, this is what I was talking about. Just straight up CC chain. Not even a shockwave come from Missy Hobbs. And that is enough to take down OK Kalamba with 2 deaths total. And so behind in this lane.
Yeah, and I feel like this game could be over already just because of how far ahead this Orianna is. I'm actually surprised that she didn't opt to get like another plate. But there you can see the last chapter, Sorcerer Boots and Blasting Wand. Holy crap, she's going to hurt so freaking much.
She's going to go to town on this mid lane. Okay Kalamba, it's not going to feel too okay once this laning phase is over. Missy Hobbs going to look to absolutely dominate that lane, get that gold plating, and be a huge impact once the team fights and skirmishes start. So right now, POSI PH in a little bit of trouble. In a wee bit of trouble, mate. Seems like...
In a wee bit.
Yeah. So, right now, POSI PH gonna have to be... and the jungler that they chose, that picked up here, Graves, it is quite impactful later, but it's not helping the lanes right now. It does deal a lot of damage. It's quite difficult to get the lockdowns. And look at this MDS just running away. It's gonna be the assault coming in from... from Zhang to try and finish her off, but it's not gonna account into anything.
Yeah, and that didn't lead up to anything at all because even though they were trying to set up for it, it just wasn't there. The stars just didn't align, as Hiron would say. And again, another headbutt into a knockup. I feel like Melodious is not having a happy time.
A little bit demoralized. And look at that damage coming from Missy Hobbs. Shockwave as well, dealing a lot of damage onto Okay Kalamba. Now Aticorn has to pay the price. If we can get the permafrost, could mean business here. But it doesn't seem like they will be able to finalize that. They do have control over this Drake now. Seems like I believe, that is going to be the Mountain Drake, going to be very, very important as they scale into the game, be able to get that push, be a bigger threat onto Rift Herald and Baron.
Yeah, the one thing that's been commendable so far about Wicked, every game she always takes her Drakes. Even if it's a Cloud Drake, mine. Even if it's a irrelevant Drake like another Cloud Drake, mine. Objectives are mine. And that's how Wicked has a wicked control over the jungle and just, leaves no choices for her enemies.
Make sure that every piece of property in this land is belonging to her team, and even if it is a Cloud Drake, she's sure that she's gonna get the next Drake. So let's re-roll this Cloud Drake into something better for us.
But luckily she got the Mountain Drake, which is of certain value, especially in their composition. They actually have terrible sieging compared to other compositions, but I would like to think that POSI also has really horrible sieging with their composition. So, you can't. It's like the lesser of two evils. At least this one team now has a Mountain Drake to siege better.
Oh man, Melodious really having a lot of trouble there.
A lot. I feel like she loves pillars, man.
Yeah, the way that she's dodging this is backwards, even when she's still within range of the pillars.
Ooh, shiny, boom, get knocked up. That feels like how it's been so far. Every time the stream engineer brings us up to the top lane, it's always knocked up, knocked up.
Melodious always taking that headbutt to the face here.
Yeah, and giving a lot of grass charges, but we'll see what's happening. It looks like they want to fight over a ward. Nope, too late. It's already down.
And right now, ASO 14 minutes into the game, turret plating has fallen, but that doesn't change the name of the game here. They still want to pressure these lanes. They want to make sure they scale into that heavy team fighting composition. Barcy Esports, they're trying to push their advantage little by little here against POSI.
Yeah, but as you can see, POSI, their mid lane is just bleeding right now. Negative 35 against her counterpart. And rising, because as you can see, Missy Hops has ult and both summoners available. They do have option to go for a team fight. After this blue buff, I feel like we might see a gigantic fight in the bottom lane if this is detected.
It seems like Wicked is on the other side of the map, but with 3 members, it seems like at the corner could be around the corner. But even with Okay Ka Lang Ba, it doesn't seem like Ains and MDS are in a position to get taken down. They might go for a dive here.
Interesting. They're actually conceding that, and what happens is mid T1 will go down 100%.
Oh man, Rift Herald as well, so they can translate that into even more turret pressure here, as POSI PH is really investing a lot into this bot lane here at the corner behind enemy lines. Can the rest of Lady Melodious and the rest of her squad, can they make something happen here? It doesn't seem like it. And look at mid lane, Missy Hops just constantly pressuring that mid lane, already destroying the second tier turret. Barcy, they're not letting POSI back here, just making sure to disrupt them as much as possible. Will it bite them in the back here? The Vanguard's Edge. It will expire very soon. A lot of members on Barcy below half health. Bloodied indeed. But they are running away. POSI PH definitely. They decide to just commit everything here. Janie gets yeeted into a wall. But look at mid lane.
They're
Barcy.
actually gonna get the mythical 4 charge onto Shelly.
Oh man.
They just got a 4 charge. They should back out right now.
Look at it. Nexus turret possibly as well.
16 minutes in, wicked macro play. Yeah, just
Definitely.
like, wow, the enemy team all chose to stay bot. During that fight, I was like, why is this Irelia not going back to mid? Suddenly they commit to that bottom tier 1, and I'm like, that's gonna be bad.
From that. They got Janie, but that's not something too big in the bigger picture.
Yeah, I feel like they just yeeted their chance at getting back into this game.
Yeah. Definitely, and right now, and at that point in the game, it seems like Barcy felt like Rift Herald was part of their all-female team too.
But
fun fact, Scuttlecrab mutates into Rift Herald, and and Scuttlecrab is female.
Ooh, so Shelly is part of the all-female team.
Yeah, definitely, and we felt that. Because that was 4 charges from the Rift Herald onto the mid lane of POSI PH. They're going to feel that for the next few minutes.
Yeah, but remember, we were talking about this earlier throughout the broadcast on how having an open inhibitor sometimes is good for you as well, because right now, even though your POSI PH might lose both tier 1s on both side lanes, there's still one lane that Barcy cannot farm. But
Man.
Barcy elected to just
Hop
farm champions
still going for
instead.
it. Double kill actually for his team, for her team. Wicked gonna go for Genjang as well. Call of the Forge God, not quite.
Again, another one-way trip.
Yeah, another one-way trip. But seems like they are satisfied with getting 2 kills, 3 kills actually. So right now, Barcy in the driver's seat, 4,000 gold in the lead. They can materialize. They can push this advantage even further if they wish so.
And this all just started with mid lane not knowing how to play the matchup. It looks really, really bad right now because this Orianna, again, I feel like people underestimate the value that Sorcerer's Shoes plus Oblivion Orb brings. Just because, look at the itemization, she just went straight for an NLR. If this NLR was actually a Oblivion Orb, she would insta-give the Grave, she would insta-give the Gnar. Anyone on the enemy team would be insta-give except OK Kalangba because of the Mercury Treads.
Yeah, just shred them down so quickly. We saw that happen. It seemed like Missy Hops might be in a little bit of trouble, but then she turns it around, double kill straight up, and Wicked cleans it up. So right now, yeah, definitely still in the driver's seat. And as you said, it's not just the mid lane that faltered. Melodious as well could have been punishing Janie a lot more in this top side matchup, but it seems like they were pretty even in performance in lane, even though Melodious was able to participate in more team fights. But in those team fights, Barcy got so much more from that trade.
Yep, exactly. And like as you can see right now, it looks really, really bad for POSI PH because even though they had a winning matchup in the top lane, it doesn't translate to much because their mid lane is so behind.
Like right now, just par for the course, honey, getting taken down here. Caught off guard, so they're just going to continue pushing onto this top side, onto the second tier turret.
I would love to see a 20-minute Baron from Barcy, just showing them that they're
man,
done.
Shockwave, 2-man Shockwave, Atacorn is going to get chunked down and absolutely obliterated by Missy Hobbs. Seems like they will try and trigger that ultimate from the Taric, but it seems like they won't be committing too hard.
Yeah, I would love to see her rotate the Baron right now from Barcy. That would be the most optimal macro play right now. I don't even understand why they committed the Shockwave and the Taric ultimate onto those 2 targets when they could have just gone straight for the Baron.
A little bit of BM possibly coming from Barcy. It seems like now they're just hungry for blood. They're hungry for turrets. But now it seems like a chance to get that Baron has passed for the next 30 seconds or so as the rest of the team tries to recall.
Yeah, and look at that. Synchronized recalls coming out from Barcy. They all want to reset. And look at that. POSI PH already pinging the Baron. They know what Barcy is capable of, especially with this composition. Remember, Vayne shreds through Baron, especially with 2 Mountain Drakes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's going to be a very fast Baron for Barcy if ever they do try. At least POSI has the awareness to see that Barcy has the potential for Baron. The thing is, once it actually happens, what can they do to stop it?
Yeah, exactly. So now it's just going to be a fight for vision control. Obviously, it would go over to Barcy, but I'm surprised we're only seeing 1 red trinket coming out from their side compared to the 2 coming out from POSI PH.
Seems like they're just going to rely on a lot of vision around the area, clearing the wards secondary to them, but it doesn't seem like they're afraid. Even if POSI knows, they're thinking to themselves, what can they do?
Yeah, and this seems like a very opportune moment considering that Blast Cone is up. Your Orianna has blue buff. They should be looking at this Baron. They can actually sneak it with the Blast Cone, but it looks like
Shockwave onto Lady Melodious, gonna try and stun the rest of POSI PH as well in pursuit. That's gonna be the call of the Forge God. Will it hit? Not quite yet, but it is going in deep. The stun almost hitting from OK Kalangba. However,
this will be an inhibitor.
Yeah, gonna be another inhibitor takedown for the mid lane. They're looking hungry for this one. Where will they rotate after this?
I hope they rotate the Baron because now is the chance. Barcy, if you are listening to the casters, just like how OK Kalangba listened to us about the Ignite change, please just go start the Baron. You can already see pings to it. And looks like Barcy's just going to force it. And you can do it because you still have one ultimate up. You have the Sejuani ult up, but if you start it ASAP, you can actually rush it, but it looks like they're just gonna go
for a death brush here. And oh man, Zhang almost gets taken down. So many shields on her, but in hot pursuit still. Ains gets the kill. Ohikalamba around the sideline. Seems like she doesn't want any part of that anymore. And Lady Melodious gets taken down. If the rest of Posse PH fall here, it might actually mean game 1 for this best of 3 at the Corn. Gonna try and repel them with a little bit of a parting gift with that out of the line, but it seems like Barcy unfazed, still all of their members almost at full health. They even have the Call of the Forge God. Ion's final hour is going to come up, but I don't think it's going to be relevant as they come knocking at the nexus of Posse PH.
Yeah,
They're looking to end this quick. 23 minutes, one of the shortest games we've had today. Barcy Esports takes it away for game 1, making it a 1-0 against Posse PH.
Yeah, that was insane. Like, our fastest game to date. Yeah, like a fastest game today. That was really nice. Very clean Herald use. Posse PH looking so different from when they first took down Barcy Esports. Maybe it was a fluke, maybe not. We'll find out the rest of the series.
Yeah.
But aside from that, the mid lane was
that was disastrous.
Horrible experience. You could already see. I wonder if Posse right now they're just like scratching their heads. What the hell just happened to us? I thought we were doing pretty good, and then they realized that crap, the Irelia was the one that lost us the game.
Definitely. Misplay for the first blood, misplay on the follow-up play in the lane as well. Definitely led up to even Missy Hop. She built a Magi by the end of that match with 14 stacks at the end. So just that amount of dominance coming here, and that's a huge blow to morale as well for Posse. This is going to be a test of their mental fortitude and their guts and endurance, because they have to rise back up from this, because best of 3, it is technically match point here for Barcy Esports. If Barcy can keep up the momentum, they're going to take down Posse PH. But if Posse PH can rise up and go further beyond, reach Super Saiyan 3, they can possibly get back into this game, steal back the momentum, and then take down Barcy.
Yeah, but we'll see how things go. Like, we can take a look at like the score. It's already 1-0 right now, and we have been your casters for game 1. It's me, Iconic. Hi.
And with him is Hyron. We'll be seeing you after the short break.